Okay, good question here. I would love to get more involved in apologetics, but I'm extremely introverted. Is introversion something I have to conquer to be a good Christian ambassador? Is there a way of reconciling my personality with my passion? Yeah, I think absolutely there is. And I think sometimes those of us who are more likely to talk in a crowd make it more difficult for those who would think to themselves, I'm the kind of person who does talk a lot in a crowd. And so I guess apologetics and maybe even evangelism, those kinds of things are left to the talkers. I hope not. I suspect every person I know, and I know many who would describe themselves as introverted, would go out of their way to talk about something that they're passionate about. I know people who are introverted, but when we get the conversation kind of rolls around to sports, let's say they have a team they would advocate for. They would definitely, even in their introversion, in their introverted character, they would take time to advocate for the team they actually like. And what's interesting about it is they do it in a way that's different than I might. They may not grandstand about it, they may be quieter about their approach, but even those of us who are introverts have something we would come out of our box to defend. And so my question is, why aren't we taking that approach with the God we adore? And I think a lot of it, if you ask yourself as an introvert, are there times you can see in your own life when you have stepped out of your comfort zone to talk about something? And was that something you stepped out for the God of the universe? I suspect a lot of our introversion can almost be an excuse to do nothing. And it's okay if you don't take an approach. Look, I can't speak like Ravi Zacharias. I can't speak like Greg Koukl. I've got my own style, my own selection of words, my own limits. And I think God uses me in the position I'm in with all of my limits to reach people who are like me. And if you think you're an introverted person right now, well, guess what? There are lots of folks just like you who need someone like you to approach them. You've been given a shape by God so you can reach people with the same shape. You know, you may not be comfortable opening up in front of a group of extroverts. Well, I bet you God's going to put you in a place where you're going to be surrounded by people who are just like you. And it's in those one-on-one conversations you're going to have a great impact. Someone like me can't have that impact with those kinds of people. So if you feel like you're introvert, I would say, look, it's not just, even those of us who are introverted, take the time to speak up in certain settings. And that's what you're going to do. You're going to use whatever opportunity is put in front of you. I never thought years ago that as a cop or a cold case detective that I'd ever have this opportunity. God gives you some experience and then uses that experience to reach the world. You're the means by which God's going to reach people just like you. If you're introverted, I mean, do what you can to come out of that, to prepare yourself to speak. But don't be ashamed of who you are and what your nature is. God will use your nature to reach people just like you.